ल आज चाहिँ हामी चाहिँ डुनेडिन जाने कार्यक्रम छ। सबैजना टक्क रेडी हुँदैछ। टक्कसँगले आज चाहिँ हामी चाहिँ डुनेडिन जाने हो। डुनेडिन गएर एभरेस्ट टक्क मनाउने रेडी हो। कन्फर्म हो नि आज? ल है के समस्या छैन? फोन राख्नु हो ल है। ल आज ल अब जाउँ है। ल ल ल टक्क गएर रमाइलो गर्नुपर्छ है त। ल ल जाउँ। ल ल ल छिर्नुहोस् है। ल तपाईँ उता छेउमा जानु, मेरो कुनामा बस्छु। आज बिचमा बस्नु यता, बिचमा बस्नु। ल हामी चाहिँ डुनेडिन आइपुगिसकेको छ। डुनेडिन चाहिँ यो आज प्रोग्राम गर्ने चाहिँ यहाँ बस्दैछ। हामी चाहिँ अब उता जान्छौँ। टोलीहरू पनि त्यहाँबाट आउँदैछ। अब यो चाहिँ हाम्रो यो आजको कार्यक्रमको लागि हजुर स्पेसल हो यो। ल हजुर 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 ल ठिक छ। ल ठिक छ। फेरि मैले पनि बेलिदिएको है। प्रोग्राम गर्ने ठाउँ चाहिँ यहाँ रहेछ। करिब करिब यहाँ रेडी हुने रहेछ। रेजिस्ट्रेसन गरेर भित्र छिर्ने रहेछ। विभिन्न कुराहरू चाहिँ राखिएको छ यहाँनिर। नेपालको राष्ट्रिय झन्डा भयो, आँखी झ्याल भयो, मण्डला, गौतम बुद्ध, पशुपतिनाथ, करुवा, मुरली, नेपाली खुकुरी, सारङ्गी, मादल, भैरव, आँखी झ्याल भयो, टिक्की दानी, यस्तो रहेछ यहाँ। अनि विभिन्न कस्टमहरू पनि छ यहाँनिर। चौबन्दी, चोली, घलेक, यो विशेष मगर गुरुङहरूको यो ड्रेस हो। अनि यो लोगो चाहिँ यहाँले चाहिँ मगरको।
Good afternoon once again and welcome to this special day today. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Prakash Khatka. I came to Dunedin in 2017 to pursue my PhD degree here at the University of Otago. And now I work as a postdoctoral researcher here in the University of Otago, and I continue to live in Dunedin with my young family. And I feel very proud to call this beautiful city of Dunedin our home, away from home. So as we begin this program, let me also introduce my co-host today. My co-host today is our very old Ajax pastor. Don't be surprised by how young he is. He is a gem in our Dunedin community. He is super talented. At his young age, he has achieved many different things. And today, in the course of our program, we will talk more about his talents. So, some interesting talent show for us today. So now, before we begin our program, I would like to welcome Ajax.
Thank you so much, Prakash. It's my honor to be here with all of you. Share our stories and your stories, combining our stories together. My name is Ajax Van Stolen, and I'm the other MC. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. No Nepal, taku whenua tūpana, ko matapusia taku moonga, ko seti taku awa, ko oti-poti taku kāinga noho, ko mankagion te moonga, ko ri te awa, ko Aotearoa taku kāinga rua. No reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Yup, it's a very special day, like Prakash said, exactly 72 years since Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay Sherpa stood at the top of the world.
A heartfelt namaste and welcome to everyone once again. So before we begin our program, we would like to request our coordinator, Dr. Asif Bastola, to formally welcome our distinguished guest today. So we would like to formally welcome our guests, not in a specific order, but I would like to call out the names of our distinguished guests today. We have the privilege of presence of Mr. Kulbahadur Magar, Deputy Chief of Mission, the Embassy of Nepal, Canberra, here today with us. And we also have Honorary Consulate of Nepal to New Zealand, Mr. Dinesh Khatka. Then we would like to welcome Honorary Rachel Brooking, MP from the Labour Party. And we are also privileged by the presence of Mr. Scott Willis, Dunedin City Councillor, here with us today. My apologies, Mr. Scott Willis, MP from the Green Party. And we'd also like to welcome Councillor Bill Auckland to our program today. Then we would also like to welcome Dr. John Hayden. And our other guest today is Mr. Ankaji Sherpa. And we'd also like to welcome Dr. Lux Selvanesan, President of the Dunedin Multi-Ethnic Council. And also please join me in welcoming Mr. Dipendra Kimire, President, Vice President of the Nepalese New Zealand Friendship Society. Now we would like to start the program with safety briefing. Ajax, please proceed with the safety briefing for today, please.
As we all know, safety is very important and we have to stay safe. So in case of an emergency, please remain calm and do not panic. It'll just make things worse. And follow the illuminated exit signs located on the left side of the hall, back over there, and the right side of the hall. The assembly point is near the sign that says St. John's Church, all the way up in the front. And lastly, in case of an earthquake, please drop down, cover your head and neck, and hold on to the leg of a desk or chair. And housekeeping, the toilets and bathrooms are located on the left side of the hall, down over there.
Now we would like to begin our program by lighting a panas. It's a Nepalese tradition to begin a formal program by lighting a panas. And we would like to invite our chief guest here today, Mr. Kulbahadur Magar, to come on stage and begin the program by lighting the panas, please. And also Dr. Asif Bastola to help him assist in lighting the panas.
The panas is like a traditional Nepali lamp and it looks awesome, but it also signifies peace, positivity in the program.
Thank you, Mr. Kulbahadur Magar, for formally starting the program by lighting our panas on stage today, and thank you, Dr. Bastola, one more time.
I now invite Dr. Ashik Bastola, the coordinator of the Sagarmatha Everest Day Dunedin 2025, to say speech.
Please welcome Dr. Asif Bastola to the stage.
Thank you so much. It is such a pleasure to see so many people coming from different parts of Southland to make this program great. Namaste and warm greetings to you all. The chief guest of today's program, Mr. Kulbahadur Magar, Deputy Head of Mission Nepalese Embassy in Canberra, Honorary Consulate of Nepal, Dinesh Khatka, Honorable Rachel Brooking, Member of Parliament of Labour Party, Mr. Scott Willis, Member of Parliament for Green Party, Councillor Mr. Bill Auckland, Dr. Lux Selvanesan, President of Dunedin Multi-Ethnic Council, Dr. Dipendra Kimire, Vice President of Nepal New Zealand Friendship Society, distinguished guests, community leaders, respected elders, dear friends and young ones. It is with immense pride and heartfelt joy that I welcome you all to the 72nd Everest Day 2025 here in the beautiful city of Otipoti, Dunedin. Today we are gathered not only to celebrate a historic first successful summit of Sagarmatha, which is the Nepalese name of Mount Everest, but also to bring all our people together in collaboration, courage and cultural connections that continue to unite Nepal and New Zealand. Sagarmatha, the pride of Nepal and the roof of the world, is more than just a mountain. It represents resilience, hope, courage and cultural connection that continue to unite Nepal and New Zealand. We are especially grateful to our esteemed guests, including Deputy Head of Mission, Nepalese Embassy, Honorary Consulate of Nepal, local MPs, councillors, president representing different community and organizations, and I can see a lot of other friends coming from different parts of New Zealand. Let us acknowledge our Sherpa community, our youth performers of today's program, our lovely volunteers, and representatives from different organizations and the entire Dunedin Nepalese community for their tireless work in organizing today's event. As we enjoy the cultural performance, speeches, and moments of reflection today, let us also remember that every step we take to keep our heritage alive, every dance, every story, every gathering like this is a small summit we reach together. Thank you once again for being here, and I wish you all a meaningful and joyful Everest Day celebration. Dhanyavad. Thank you.
So thank you, Dr. Asif Baslala. We have a cultural performance now. So this cultural performance is being showcased by our friends from the Sherpa community, and it's a Sherpa dance. So please look forward to witnessing a special Sherpa dance in front of us today. So I'd like to invite our performers on stage, please. So thank you very much for that performance. Next up we have a short speech by our chief guest, Mr. Kulbahadur Maga. I would like to invite Mr. Kulbahadur Maga for your short speech on this occasion, Mr. So please welcome Mr. Kulbahadur Maga, our Deputy Chief of Mission from the Embassy of Nepal in Canberra.
Thank you so much. Well, first duo. Well, kia ora, namaste, and good afternoon. Thank you so much, NRNA and its whole team for organizing this beautiful event, and also express my gratitude for inviting to this program and for your warm hospitality as well. Let me begin with by acknowledging the distinguished guests present here in this beautiful program. We are celebrating here Everest Day today, and it's a historic day for Nepal as well as I think for the New Zealand also. This celebration of Everest Day is a wonderful platform to commemorate a special day of human history when the first human footprints were marked on the highest point of the world, Mount Everest, that we call Sagarmatha in Nepali language. Secondly, the celebration is also a perfect opportunity to pay tribute to the legendary heroes of Nepal and New Zealand. Southland Hillary of New Zealand and Tenzing Norgay Sherpa of Nepal will be always remembered in the generation to generations for their courageous tasks for conquering the Mount Everest for the first time. To add on, the celebration of Everest Day is celebration of our bilateral ties between Nepal and New Zealand as well. The celebration of joint victory of the duo, Sarait and Tenzing, belonging to our two nations, is a golden chance to further consolidate the happily existing bilateral relations between Nepal and New Zealand up to people-to-people level. People-to-people relations have been a strong pillar strengthening Nepal-New Zealand relations, originating from the friendship between Tenzing and Sarait. Love and cooperation of New Zealand and New Zealand people has been institutionalized through Himalayan Trust, pioneered by Tenzing Norgay Sherpa. Last but not the least, the celebration provides an avenue to welcome the friendly people of New Zealand to our beautiful Himalayan nation Nepal to visit and to feel the heavenly nature, to experience the vivid culture, and yes, and to climb the mountains, and if not climbing, yeah, you can observe the exhilarating, the mountainous scenic beauty of Nepal. NRA New Zealand deserves huge appreciations for organizing Everest Day celebration program every year in various cities across New Zealand. Distinguished guests, Embassy of Nepal has proudly noted the proactive initiatives of NRA New Zealand in organizing various programs in promoting Nepal and preserving Nepali cultures. I am of the view that relevance and the need of NRA has increased manifold at present than before, as the number of Nepalese diasporas has tremendously increased now in the foreign lands. We have witnessed that the program organized by or in association with NRNA has become so much effective. For example, we can see the Nepal festivals, which is being celebrated far and wide all over the world by NRMA, that has become so much effective to preserve the culture of Nepal and to promote Nepal in foreign lands. So we look forward to seeing the NRNA for the more robust NRNA, more united NRNA, and more effective NRNA in the days ahead as well. Finally, once again, I thank you all for especially the organizers and all the district guests being present here. And I wish EVEREST Day. Thank you all.
Thank you once again, Mr. Kulbahadur Magar, for making our program even more special today. So next up, moving ahead in our program, I would like to invite one of our special guests today, Honorable Rachel Brooking MP, to come on stage and share your thoughts about this program and EVEREST Day.
Kia ora koutou, namaste. I'm Rachel Brooking and I'm the Member of Parliament for Dunedin, and it's a delight to have the first EVEREST Day celebration here in Ōtepoti. So thank you for everybody for coming along, and thank you for having me as well. Of course, we've already heard that almost this day, a couple of days ago, in 1953, Everest was climbed by Tenzing Norway and Edmund Hillary. And then we've just seen in that video as well the work and the love that Edmund Hillary had for Nepal, and with the starting up of that Himalayan Trust. And I want to acknowledge John here, who's in the front row and has worked for that trust. There may have been other people in this room who have as well. I've never been lucky enough to visit Nepal. I would certainly love to. I'm not not promising to climb a mountain though. But I would really like to see the work of that organisation, because it covers education and health, but also environmental issues around safe water. And I'm going to turn to safe water in just a second. Before doing that, I want to acknowledge Ajax started his introduction before with a meeting, and that's really cool to see. And I've just spent the morning at the art gallery, the Dunedin Public Art Gallery, at an exhibition, Unatai A, and it's about the pollution of the waterways and the South Island and Kaitahu's Takiwa, and it's a cry for help to clean up these waterways. And I really implore everybody here to go and see it. It's a beautiful photographic exhibition, and it was used for evidence in a court case that Tahu is taking at the moment. And at the moment, there's a whole lot of talk about how we don't want, some people don't want to clean up our rivers. And I think it's so important that we do want to have better, clean water that we can all go swimming in and that we can drink from as well. And so I think that's a nice synergy for me today, to be coming from that event to this event, where obviously the mountains are so important in both of our nations, not only because they are glorious geology and so important spiritually as well, but also because of the water that they provide that comes down to us who don't live at the tops of those mountains, and we really need to look after their water. So on that note, thank you very much to the organisers, the Dunedin Nepalese community, for organising this event and for the work that you're doing, and also thank you to all the performers as well that we've seen and that we're about to see as well. It's great to have you all in Ōtepoti. Thank you so much.
And this time we would like to invite our guest, Mr. Anka Sherpa, on stage to share his thought about his experiences about Everest. So, Mr. Anka Sherpa, the stage is yours.
Kia ora, tashi dele, namaste to all our distinguished guests. Today we are here gathering to celebrate Mount Everest Day. A day that holds deep meaning for all of us, especially those of us with a personal connection to Old High Peak. Although Everest Day is officially celebrated on May 29. But this is the day remember of Sir Edmund Hillary and Sir Tenzing Norgay Sherpa, who was successfully to put footprint on the top of the world. But due to our work and responsibilities, we are marking it today on May 31st. But as we all know, whether on the mountain or in life, what matters most is the spirit, not the date. I'm Ankaji Sherpa, proud to see that I have stood at the top of Mount Everest 6 times, 2 times from Tibet side and 4 times from Nepal side. Besides that, I have climbed Mount Shishapangma 1 time, Mount Amatapang 1 time, Mount Mustata 1 time, and many more 6,000 to 7,000 meter peaks in Nepal. Each time was a different challenge, different journey, different weather, different clients. But one thing is never changed. Climbing Mount Everest is never easy. On the summit day, when I entered the dead zone, it tests every part of body, mind and willpower, and negative 35 to 40 cold bites into your bones. Here are the moments when my leg want to give up, and I ask myself why I'm doing this. But when I reach summit and I look around at the vast sky, the endless snow, I remember I'm walking on the top of the world. That was my first Everest summit experience in 2007. I have many more beautiful memories from the mountain, sunrise above the clouds, a strong team, or quite a moment of reflection at the best game. But also, Mount Everest taught me about the lose. In 2014, a powerful ice avalanche took my 16 climbing friends at Khumbu Ice Wall. It broke my heart. There was huge effect for our community as well as climbing sector. After that, my family deep audit about my guiding job on the mountain. So I made the decision to stop guiding on the big mountain. Sometimes the bravest things is to listen to those who love you most. So now I live in Ashburton with my family, and when I first came here, I feel something familiar in my heart. The hills, the snow-capped mountain, the clean rivers, it reminds me of Nepal. The nature and spirit of land feel like home. It's as part of the Himalayas quietly here. Today, on this special occasion, I want to honor not only Mount Everest, but also the people behind every summit, the climbers, guides, Sherpas, the families who wait, and those who we have lost along the way. Everest isn't just a mountain, it's a symbol of human courage, determination, and unity. Whether you have climbed or just admire it from afar, Everest teaches all of us same thing: never give up. Thank you for being here today. Happy Mount Everest Day. Jai Nepal.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ankaji Sherpa. As you mentioned, climbing Mount Everest is not always as easy as it seems. You lost a lot of your friends, your beloved friends. So it is hard to climb Mount Everest. And to think you did it 6 times is very cool.
I would like to invite one of our guests again. So who should we invite next?
This time, could we please welcome Mr. Scott Willis up to the stage. He is from the Green Party, and we want to welcome him because nature and mountains, they go hand in hand.
Mr. Scott Willis.
Nami nui kia koto katoa, koskota ho, no otapoti ho, tēnā koto, tēnā tātou katoa. So I'm Scott Willis, Green Party List MP. I'm not the electorate MP, that's Rachel, but I do live in the Dunedin electorate and I have responsibility for Dunedin issues for the Green Party. I want to give special thanks to Dr. Ashi Stola for the coordination of this event. It's a fantastic event to bring the diaspora from all around the South Island together here in Otapoti, Dunedin. And again, to the Dunedin Nepalese community, the non-resident Nepalese Association New Zealand, and the Himalayan Trust for their work in the Solo Kumba region. It is fantastic to be invited here today for the 72nd EVEREST Day celebration. The first ascent in 1953 with Ed Hillary and Tanzania was an incredible event demonstrating the indomitable human spirit where people work in partnership. And I think that marks the relationship and the partnership between our countries. The friendship that endures through time and with our shared sense of what the mountains are, how we value that spiritual space. And I've got to say, I'm not much of a mountaineer. I have climbed a little bit. The highest peak I think I've climbed footstool by Southland and in the Minories near Uphill. But my father was very much a climber and did spend, I think, in 1991 went to the centennial of the New Zealand Alpine Club, went to Kashmir and climbed, and I can't remember which mountain. My father's no longer with us, but he climbed in Nepal. I'm not quite sure which group he ascended, but he came back with a little Nepalese stove and jerseys from Nepal that remain in our family. And wonderful stories, and did tell a story of extremely milky, I'm not sure if it's tea or milky side that was what
If you be quiet, I will
a richer experience. The big thing I think that I am very impressed with is the work that has gone on in Nepal, thinking about the climate impacts that are happening in these countries. We've got Nepal, which is landlocked but mountainous. We've got Aotearoa, New Zealand, which is surrounded by the sea but mountainous. And we have a lot of ice, snow and ice, which is melting because of global heating, causing landslips, floods, but also droughts, new pests, new risks to crops. These are real challenges that we face, and I think we are seeing some real leadership from Nepal, from Nepalese society. I understand that there was the Saga Everest dialogue last week in Kathmandu, where we're thinking about what can science, what can technology, innovation, nature-based solutions bring to climate change to help conserve our glaciers, our waterways, resources, forests, and our agricultural systems. And when we think that in Nepal, 46% of forest cover is still there, that is fantastic. It is fantastic to see the leadership from the Nepalese community to meeting nationally determined contributions to keep climate under control, under 1.5 degrees. So from a Green Party perspective, we want to celebrate not only the climbing prowess of Sherpas, and thank you, Archie, for your story. We also want to celebrate that leadership in thinking about how we can work together for climate, for a future for our children, so that communities and our cultures can continue to thrive, and that we share that future. So kia ora, and thank you so much for hosting us today. It's a real pleasure.
It's my pleasure to be here on behalf of the City of Dunedin on this auspicious occasion as we celebrate the 72nd anniversary of Sir Ed and Sherpa Tenzing's monumental achievement. I'd also like to pass on Mayor Raddick's apologies for not being here today. It's obviously a very popular day for these sorts of events, and somebody else got him first, but he certainly does send his best wishes. People all over the globe were captivated as the pair accomplished what seemed to be an almost impossible task, and that was to stand on the very top of the world. This remains one of the most inspirational feats in human history. It was an especially momentous occasion for New Zealand and Nepal in particular, and forged an enduring bond between our two nations. I'd like to acknowledge the incredible work of the Himalayan Trust established by Sir Ed and Lady Louise Hillary in the 1960s, which continues to provide support to the people of Nepal today. Sir Ed once said that the most worthwhile things he did were not on the mountains, but the projects with his friends, the Sherpa people. Together, Sir Ed, Lady Louise, Sherpa Tenzing, and the Sherpa people have created a lasting legacy of leadership and service. Their example of cooperation, respect, and generosity shows us all, shows we all have the power to make meaningful impact in our communities. I'm delighted that this year's Everest Day celebration could be held here in Pukekohe, Dunedin. A huge thank you to Dr. Ashi Bonstana, excuse my pronunciation, the Dunedin Nepalese community, and the non-resident Nepalese Association of New Zealand for all your hard work and dedication in organising these fantastic festivities. Kia ora.
If you remember, I mentioned in the beginning of the program, Ajax is a super talented young gem of the Dunedin Nepalese community. So he has a poem that he will be reciting in front of us today, and we are lucky to actually listen his poem with Ajax reciting a handwritten poem. It's making its way to the Quebec City of Literature's Maureen Center as part of the Poetry Pen Pulse project, an opportunity to connect our vibrant cities through the ongoing exchange of handwritten poems. So it's a great achievement, Ajax, and I can't wait to listen to your poem. Please, stage is all yours.
Thank you. I have written a narrative poem to tell the true story of Sir Edmund Hillary's and Tenzing Norgay's Sherpa's 1953 Everest summit expedition, capturing their journey, emotions, and triumph. It has a chronological structure, moving from preparation, ascent, climax, and reaching the summit, and reflection using my imagination, including their emotions and dramatic elements to bring the story to life. The struggle they took to make this legacy and the perseverance they took to get this glory is all part of Above the World Everest 1953. Through the ice and cold winds on Mount Everest, two men filled with fear and bravery walked up to Mount Everest saying, "I am determined to climb you." Before they started to climb Mount Everest, they made a deal to never let go of their team spirit and to face the challenge with patience. These two men are Sir Edmund Hillary from New Zealand and Tenzing Norgay Sherpa from Nepal. At the peak of Mount Everest, 11:30 a.m., two faces arose. Those faces were Sir Edmund Hillary's and Tenzing Norgay Sherpa's faces. Down they look, the amazing view, and lack of oxygen, them almost frozen with the cold ice and winds. Behold the history that we made, they said as they planted down their flags. The risk they took to complete this mission and the courage they brought along is extraordinary. To conquer this adventurous mission, they made a discovery of how to climb Mount Everest. They were filled with hope and fear, not to forget the struggle they had. Them so proud of climbing this legendary mountain, Mount Everest. A challenge for them, trying to get to the flag in their bag with their hands sewn down. Both reaching for the team flag in the bag, they planted down together. Then finally, we made it, they shouted. Big puffy jacket wrapped around their body, even 2 hats, but still shivering. They do not stop, base by base, breath by breath. Their blue faces wishing they could have a fire blazing in front of them. Looking down, thinking, I slip, it's a major setback. Stay focused, do not slip, do not look back. Imagine thousands of feet above the sea level, the dim echoes of faint voices up high, the first ones to make it to the top, the history-making men, Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay Sherpa.
Dr. John Hedden is a former executive to the Himalayan Trust, and it is a non-profit organization that raises funds to bring education, safe water, and better healthcare to communities in the Everest region of Nepal. I think Dr. John Hedden would be the best person to describe about it more.
So my name is John Hayden. I am what in the Sherpa community is known as one of the Kundi doctors, and I'll explain more about that in a moment. Thank you to Ashik and all the committee for inviting me today and my daughter Emma to come today. My wife would love to have been here today, but my wife is in Nepal at the moment. Today I think is a celebration which is a testament to the long association between Nepal and New Zealand, which has really extended from that day when Sherpa Tenzing Norgay Sherpa and Ed Hillary climbed Everest. And the wonderful thing about that was their tremendous partnership, their friendship, and not just climbing the mountain, which in many ways wasn't that important. What was important is what followed, the way those two worked together and for what then spread down there and the results that have occurred since then. That is what I think is really amazing. This day is a celebration of the beginning of a long and important association. My family and I went to the Khumbu, the area in the Mount Everest Sagarmatha National Park, in the mid-90s, where we lived for 2.5 years. We were tremendously fortunate to be selected by the Himalayan Trust and to go there in the 3,840 meters. It's quite high. It's quite cold. It's quite interesting. We had a fantastic time. Yeah, we worked hard, but the thing that remains for us is the way that the community took us into their lives, took us into their hearts, took us into their homes. We were with the Sherpa community all day, every day. literally. From the moment we got out of bed, we shared meals, until the moment we got back into bed. We worked with them. We went to all their social functions. And we came away with an amazingly enriched experience in which we felt we gained far, far more than we ever gave. And we built friendships with the country and with people there that have endured. We go back very regularly, all of us, to visit country, to visit friends, and it's a wonderful experience. The Himalayan Trust continues to work in the area. After Sir Ed was the chair for many, many years, many decades, and after Ed passed away, Lady June took over. When she stepped down, I took over as chair. I was on the board for a number of years. I'm no longer on the board. My daughter Emma there, who's with me today, is on the board. If anybody wants to talk about the Himalayan Trust. And it's worked really in a number of areas and continues to do that. The areas are in health, in education, in environment, and in culture. Very, very strong in supporting the culture. And the work continues and the relationships continue. And it's interesting that in the past week, the Deputy Prime Minister of New Zealand and Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Right Honourable Winston Peters, has in fact been to the Khumbu, where he visited the hospital and he visited the school at Kunjun. So this is an enduring relationship, and I think that was actually the first time that a Minister of the Crown has been there. But also, the ex-Prime Minister, well known to us all, Helen Clark, is actually the patron of the Himalayan Trust, who takes a great interest in the poor, in the Trust, and is a great supporter, and she, of course, has visited as well. So this is an enduring, wonderful relationship, which I think has been really great. It's been wonderful for those of us being able to be involved, and I think this is wonderful to be here, and I'd like to thank everybody very much, and endure. Thank you.
Te ie Mariora, inga mana, inga reo, erao rangiterama. Tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Ko Lux Pingawa, ko Lux Toko Ingawa, ko Tamil Aho, ko Walukai Ti Awa, ko Himalayas Ti Moanga. So this is my mihi that I say to everybody. So my mihi involves Himalayas because I am from Jaffna, Sri Lanka. I'm a Tamil, but we don't have any mountains for my Pepeha. So I always, as a Hindu, as a Tamil, I relate my mountain to the Himalayas. So because it's a sacred place, and for my people, Himalayas is a very sacred place. So that's how I start my mihi. So this is a very special occasion. And very important. So I have 3 things to say. Hopefully I can finish it in 3 minutes. First is thank you. Second is a reflection. Third thing is a request. So thank yous. Dr. Ashish, thank you for leading this, organizing this. This is a very happy and proud moment for me as a president and for the multicultural communities to have and celebrate this special occasion, 72nd Everest Day, and to involve the Nepalese community and culture into the Dunedin diaspora, the mixture. And so every function I go as a president, I need to try and speak in Nepalese, so that is very important. So here it goes. Namaste Dunedina Nepali Samudaya. Sagarmata, Devasako, Subakar Mana. Okay, as part of the thank yous, all the great leaders sitting here, Deputy Head of the Mission, Mr. Kol Badar Magar. Thank you for coming all the way from Canberra. It's a great honor for Dunedin and the Nepalese community. Honorary Consulate of Nepal of New Zealand, Dinesh Katka, my brother, my friend. So I have been attending many events with Dinesh all over New Zealand, and he organizes the Everest Festival in the Parliament, so I go there as well. And I've been asking him for many years to come to Dunedin, and thanks to Ashish and Nepalese community, I have the honor of welcoming him to Dunedin. And he's also become recently, I think 6 days ago, New Zealand Order of Merit. How proud is that for the New Zealand Nepalese community, New Zealand Order of Merit. So I congratulate you and thank you for coming to Dunedin. And our very own Honorable Rachel Brooking, thank you for being here. Mr. Scott Willis, Green Party, thank you. And Councillor Bill Atkins, thank you. And Mr. Ang Kanji Sherpa, 6 times. I can't even climb 1 step of stairs. 1 floor I can't climb, 6 times. An honor, an absolute honor. And Dipenda Gimba, who's the Vice President, is here at the back. Okay, thank you for coming all the way. So these are my thank yous and my reflection. So reflection is, as I've been listening to everybody speak, I have realized that no matter how good you are and how strong you are and how far you want to climb, you always need a Sherpa in your life to climb to the highest peaks. So today, we have to take a moment to thank all of our Sherpas. It could be your wife, it could be your husband, it could be like my mother and father here, who have been my Sherpas for all my life. So we have to take that moment to thank those people who are behind us as Sherpas and as guides to take us to the highest top. Because it's not easy by yourself. You always need that help to climb. So make sure you take a moment to thank those who are guiding you, leading you, because sometimes it's hard for them as Sherpas. You know, how many times Sir Edmund Hillary would have asked the Sherpa, what can you decide now? What can we do? Should we go this way or should we take a break? So he has to make a decision and guide him to take him there. So sometimes it's not the people who are leading in the front, sometimes people at the back also need to make that decision. So that is my reflection for today. And as such, I also had a Sherpa from this very Nepalese community 23 years ago, and I would like to thank Uba. Uba is here, she's in the kitchen. Uba! So 23 years ago, when we had our first baby, as young parents who had no idea how to climb this mountain, that Sherpa helped us guide and take the first step. So thank you, Yuba. Right, so third and the most important thing I want to talk about today is local body election. So, in the Nepalese community, raise your hand if you would like to see somebody in the Nepalese community as a councillor with Dunedin City Council or Regional Council or any local body election as one of the councillors in your Nepali community. Raise your hands if you want somebody there. I want all hands going up. Yes, so this is the mission for you guys. In end of June, you've got to register somebody standing for local body election. It is a city councillor, or is that June or July? So, a good all of you to decide some leader. I'm sure there are so many leaders here to stand on the local body election, because we need to increase the diversity in our local governance. So that is my very, very humble request to all of you to recognize somebody and nominate them. And if anybody needs any guidance or any advice, I am more than happy to sit with you guys, answer all the questions, and we can also reach out to existing city councillor like Bill to find any advice. But we need to have somebody in the council. That is your challenge for 2025. That is all. Dhanyawala. Thank you. Namaste.
So we'd like to say thank you to our chief guest, Mr. Kulbahadur Magar, Deputy Chief of Mission, Embassy of Nepal, Canberra, for being here with us today. And we really appreciate your time and the travel all the way down to Dunedin to be with us today. Next, we thank our Honorary Consulate of Nepal to New Zealand, Mr. Dinesh Khatka, traveling down to Dunedin all the way from Auckland. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And next, we'd like to thank Honorary Rachel Brooking, MP from the Labour Party, for taking your time to be with us here today. Next, we'd also like to thank Mr. Scott Wills, MP, for being with us here today. We really appreciate the time, and thank you for being with us. And many thanks to Dunedin City Councillor Bill Auckland for your time, for being with us today. Your presence here today has really made our program special. Thank you for coming. And many thanks to Dr. John Hayden for being with us today. And we would also like to thank Mr. Ankaji Sherpa for taking your time to be here for this celebration of the Everest Day here in Dunedin. Thank you so much, Mr. Ankaji Sherpa. And thank you, Dr. Lux Selvanesan, for accepting our invitation and taking your time to attend this program today. And next, we'd also like to thank Dr. Dipendra Gimire, Vice President of the New Zealand Nepal Friendship Society, for being with us today. And special thank you to every one of you for taking your time. Thank you for accepting our invitation. Thank you for taking your time out of this special Saturday, because it's a part of the long weekend. So I know instead of going anywhere else, you have been here today with us. So that's really a big moment for us. Thank you for coming. Thanks for accepting our invitation.
प्रोग्राम खाना खाने कार्यक्रम